Welcome to the Ministries Podcast. This month marks a whole new year, which means several different things as we enter to 2026. This month's theme is different. I've tried different themes for January. In January, there's Human Trafficking Awareness Month day on the 11th, but this month I put A Scared New World, which focuses on the possible internal, external barriers we may face when if we're feeling enough to deserve help. Work in the mental health field, and also my personal experience has saw this as more apparent. Fear can also be a part of that. In life-threatening situations, it's appropriate, but however, in an everyday life, fear can result to becoming a barrier itself to healing. To begin this year, we're diving into the barriers, fears, societal pressures people may face today, along with feelings deserving to get better. And the sad part of it all is the internal questions we may ask ourselves is when someone asks the question, when you ask the question, am I feeling better? You may translate, am I less annoying to everyone around me? Mental health is an invisible disorder, which is hard a lot of times to express or to share. Today, we have a new guest. Her name is I didn't ask the pronunciation. Saw Myint.
Yes.
Okay, Saw, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your insight. Just continuing the conversation. Before we begin, I want to make a disclaimer. I know a lot of my listeners might be around the world, but in the United States, we have 988 as a suicide crisis lifeline. But wherever you are at, whether it's at work or religious organization or friend, family, whoever it is, if you can ask the question, I need help, and get some sort of help, whatever that looks like, I do encourage you to seek it out. Again, thank you so much, Saul, for coming on and sharing your insight. I really start off with other people, like their quotes, and then we'll just dive right into it. Franz Kafka, some would say, I remember reading this in English lit, but is somewhat more depressing but more revealing. He says it this way: I was ashamed of myself when I realized life was a costume party and I attended with my real face. Any thoughts of this quote, and also as we dive in?
Um, yes, I feel like that too. Like, most of us pretending to be someone to so so we fit in, right?
Yeah.
But just be yourself. I mean, because maybe they're not confident enough. Maybe they want other people to like them. So what I believe is, we all the same inside. We may look different outside, but
Mm-hmm.
you are no less than someone else, or better than someone else. Like, we all the same. You don't have to be scared. You can be yourself. It's okay. you know I think that's one of the reason we suffer mentally, because we can't be ourselves. Be yourself, and nobody, you shouldn't care. And we have
Mm-hmm.
a human rights everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not less than anyone.
It's true. I do feel like one of the biggest things about when it comes to mental health is not feeling that you could be yourself, and it's troubling because it does impact getting the care that you need, whatever that is, because you don't feel like a lot of life becomes performance, and it's draining. I'm performing well. And a lot of times, like you said, it can be, um, I guess I would say the one of the biggest barriers. So when I thought this month, I'm like, a lot of times there's a lot of self advocacy or just positive, but I feel a lot of us are scared, especially when it comes to mental health and like substance use or anything that feels that is not easy to describe at a doctor's. You don't take a blood test and say, okay, here you go, this is what you have, and this is the treatment. It doesn't work that way. So I
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
go into vulnerability. You mentioned it's like being part of ourselves is being vulnerable. I cannot get to know someone without vulnerability. Any thoughts on
Yes.
vulnerability?
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
thought? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, Yeah, I let you say first. You wanted to say something? Yeah.
There's a question here. I'm going to read it to you. It says vulnerability seems seen as weakness in today's society, but how can we effectively get help with something unseen without describing your vulnerability? So kind of becomes a barrier. If I can't describe that I'm sad because I should be not sad prior to, or if I can't describe that there's certain barriers that no one else can see, I can't communicate that. I just feel in itself it becomes very a big problem when it comes to not only getting the help or feeling deserving because it just feels like you're stuck. If that makes sense. Any thoughts or anything like that?
Yes, 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 yes. Because I'm here to help people with mental issue. I think we all a little bit crazy, unless we
Mm-hmm.
are sane,
Mm-hmm.
So and it's okay. I think that's the main thing with people with mental health issue. Be they vulnerable, but they facing issue because they don't face it, right? They because you got to first open up to yourself that you having issue. You got to realize it. Until
Mm-hmm.
you realize there is an issue, there's no way you can fix or you can get help or anyone can help you, right? So you got to show your vulnerability if you want to get help. um so face it and speak to people close to you, and thirdly, get professional help. My way is only one way.
Mm-hmm.
It may resonate with you or may not, but there's many different ways. Also, be I'm very glad that you put out the helpline.
Mm-hmm.
I think all well developed country we got at least helpline phone number, a few helpline, phone numbers and organization behind it. We got to promote it. People who are in trouble, especially mental trouble, is very gray area. It's hard to see, and people who are suffering, they're very scared to open up. So people who are helping, especially government, etc., other people, I run a charity, us, we got to go out there and promote our help so they come to you. So people sufferers, they are very scared to come to you, so we got to
Yeah.
promote our help. Us doing podcasting is good. We going public, right?
Yeah.
Trying to help, yeah, one way. And all these government helpline, they got to promote more.
I agree. I do on my website have a lot of different helplines around the world. I'm just cautious to make sure that they're still updated, of course. And I do encourage those who are watching and listening. If you go on my website and you notice that one thing has changed, because it used to be our number wasn't 988 all the time. It changed to shorten it so it's easier to remember. But like I do think promoting it's when you're in the field or you're experienced it yourself, you kind of think it's common knowledge. It's not common knowledge for people to know
No.
what hotline is out there, what help is out there. I do agree on that very
Yeah,
much
we
so.
don't see enough. We should do more because people who have issue, that's the reason they have issue. They don't know how to get help. When I had issue, I don't know how to get help, but I was under 10. It's okay. But even when you are adult, when you have mental issue, you all confused. We got to go out there and offer our help.
Yeah, and I feel one of the things that have changed is community is kind of invisible now. You kind of have to
Yeah.
really create the community around you. And I think Mark Twain that says it nicely. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambition. Small people always do that, but the real
Yeah.
great make you feel that you too can be great, become great. So I asked this one. I say this one question. Lots of times I'm working with clients. I would say people who will be happy that you're doing well, you're improving. Those are the kind of people you want to be around, not ones that are, you know, A lot of times when I'm going to a restaurant with a bunch of people, I'll be like, this is a good time, but that doesn't really measure whether you could rely on certain people because when you're in an environment that you're having fun or it's It's made to have a good experience. It doesn't really tell. Uh, could not really decipher if some of those people would even call you back if you asked them for help, or would be able to extend their hand or their time, most likely. And I feel that's a lot of times it's about people, places, and things. People. Who do you surround yourself around when it comes to communities? Who can you lean on, and how? And unfortunately, nowadays it's harder to see where communities are. You got these cities. No one talks to each other. Barely know the neighbor. No one knows anyone. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, yeah. Even if they seem to be nice, they're not really. They can step you behind your back. But it's
Yeah.
unnatural. You got to understand that they are human. They are crazy. You know, they're not safe. It's okay because especially if you have to deal with a lot of people, you got to be okay with whoever you have to put up with. Because
Mhm.
the more you hide from people, I mean, the more you could suffer mentally. I mean, like you don't need to deal with. Not everyone is a public figure, but then, um, if like you can't live by yourself, right? So
Mm,
and a lot of and just assume that I used to be auditor and stuff. So I
mm,
never well, I seem to trust people, but I
mhm.
always check. But I'm nice to everyone, but I don't expect that they'll be good to me.
I get it.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all about your expectation. Like, and try not to need to, just don't expect any good from anyone, then it's okay. But you hang out with them, you spend time, so
Mhm,
you feel good, you have friends,
mhm.
but assume that they could be bad. Like, I mean, don't expect too much, then you okay.
Yeah, I feel it's having that balance, that healthy balance. When it comes to friends, family, there's circles. What I'm saying, like the one
Yeah,
close ones, you could kind of rely a little bit on, but at the end of the day, you're making your own life. Like being over trusting, over vulnerable. Like that's not what I'm suggesting. But if you're with a professional, if you're really struggling, at the very least, don't hide it from yourself. Does that make sense? Don't hide what you're going
yeah,
through
that's
from
what I
yourself.
said. Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
face it first.
yeah.
Unless you can face you have an issue, nobody can
Mhm.
help you solve it. And it's
And
all
so,
about looking at yourself, focusing on yourself. Don't worry about what everybody think of you. Do the right thing. But most of
mhm.
us have an issue because we worry about environment, what other people think of me. you know you do the right thing, but don't worry about your environment. Then there's no reason for you suffering.
Yeah, there was this one comedian I liked what he said. He said he was don't be the mayor of nothing. Don't be the mayor of
Yeah,
nothing. But at the same time, it's finding that right balance because, like you said, people are there's no normal. Let's just be honest. Like
yeah,
normal is
we
kind of
all a
a
little crazy, we human.
and also
We're not
culturally
safe.
culturally it's different. Like my mom's half South Korean, my dad's Puerto Rican. It's like it's different. Okay, so you kind of even if it's normal for you, it's just what's comfortable, and sometimes comfortable is not always healthy. So being honest with yourself, looking at what may be and more helpful and not it's like the internal validation versus like external. If I depended on everyone liking me, I'm gonna have a really hard life because I'm continually trying to seek validations to things that I can't control. I can't control what other people think of me or agree with
Yeah,
me or like me or whatever. But what I can control is how I see myself. How do I see myself? Yeah, I mean, it may want to improve on certain things, but we don't have sometimes a good perception of where we're at. If I want to learn to ride a bike, and then I haven't really put effort into it, then I guess I don't learn because I haven't really invested in it. So it's being honest with yourself. I think Kydland's law. I think is something I try to adopt myself, but also share with my clients is if you write down a problem clearly and specifically, like write it down to the details, do the derivative of it, find what the actual core reason you're feeling what you're feeling, and try to get reachable goals. A lot of times they're like, I want to, if I wanted to ride a marathon, which doesn't really sound
Be
satisfying to the,
realistic, you know?
well, if I
Yeah.
want to run a marathon, like I truly want to do it, I have to start running. Like let's be honest,
Yeah.
I
One
have to
step
start
at a time.
running some miles, seeing how that feels, getting right.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of steps, and
Yeah.
if you're
And it's
not,
okay. And
yeah,
it's okay, you know? You
yeah,
don't have to be the best of the world. But even if you are like, uh, I met one billionaire and he said he's 70 years old. He said, if you could give me my 35-year-old self back, I'll give you everything I have because no one could, right? So
yeah,
even if you think you have everything, you know, all of us, whatever nationality, whatever religion you believe in, all of
mm-hmm,
us, we all human. Even if you have everything, we aging every second. We get
yeah,
old, we'll die one day, you know. So
mm-hmm,
nothing
yeah.
is permanent. So, you know, yeah, don't worry, you know.
And I feel you mentioned just by that statement, time is a commodity we don't really value as much. To be honest,
Yeah, that's the
and
most precious thing. Whatever
yes,
you do, you got to think, is it worth it? You know, I only
yeah,
realize it lately when I get, like, when I have gray hair, and then,
mm,
well, I'll tell you a little bit of story. Sometimes people like story, because my country, many hundreds years ago, the king, and when he start having gray hair, he left everything and become a monk because he knows that that's the time he'll, you know, his clock ticking, you know.
I
So
see.
whatever you have or you don't have, it
Mm-hmm.
it you know, we have to leave it one day, so don't get attached, you know.
I totally, there's something intangible that's more valuable than what we can gather up here. Not to say we do need, obviously, money can provide security, safety, could provide things, opportunities. I'm not saying I'm not against that, but at the same time, time matters too. Do you have
Yes,
time to spend with your family? Do you have time to spend with your what's important to you? We don't ask those questions. What is success? It's all kind of interpretive. It's subjective. Success for me,
yes,
I love what I do when it comes to mental health. People are like, oh, are they? Isn't it hard? I'm like, of course it's hard. It's hard. That's why it's there. That's why there's work out there for because people need this help. A lot of things that are worth doing is hard in general, but at the same time, it's also very rewarding. I don't know. I'll just say this: a lot of people sometimes spend a lot of time avoiding work, avoiding work and I feel that they're missing an opportunity of knowing oneself because if you're in a job that you're just doing but you're trying to do as little amount of work and just kind of not be unseen, I feel for me, um you're not valuing time at that point. Obviously everyone's situation is different, but um I think those hard questions you ask yourself, instead of asking, why doesn't anyone like me? Asking, what do I want to change? What's really bothering me now? You're not going to make everyone happy. And I want to pause there because I do want to give you, obviously, you, but also a lot of new and returning guests, an opportunity to share about your story. What brought you here? What brought you to what you're doing today? And anything else you would feel comfortable sharing about where you are at now and what you want to share with those listening. So the floor is yours. Really, I'm segueing. I always don't
that's
want.
okay.
I want to give you enough time to share anything that you want to share, and so people who are listening get to know you more and what you're doing. If that makes sense. So go ahead.
Yes. Eh, we all from different part of the world. We look different, but we all human. We all have up and down. Um, and I have suffered mentally when I was young, and my Buddha, my religion helped me. That
Mm-hmm.
I'm no way trying to distribute religion. That's why I want to put it in a way that is backed by science. I want to show you the proof, and I just want to show you one way of helping your stress and any kind of mental issue, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
we there's a lot of issue in the world. That's why half of us are divorced, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if there's no issue, why half of us divorced everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
Um, I think, you know, the um like what do you call, well-developed country, money
Mm-hmm.
is not usually a problem. Most of us have job, you know. Uh, but then, you know, we got to find the balance, right? It's for our health sake, like there's two health, physical and mental. I wanted to be a doctor when I was young, but in Australia, you know, the mark is too high, so I don't study. But I want to help, like in help, from a health perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Physical health is hard to detect. I mean, easy to detect, right? Mental health
Mm-hmm.
is a little bit gray area. That's why I'm saying if you're offering help, we got to promote our health. You know, how I suffer when I was under 10. I I I don't have too much time, so I'll tell you briefly. Um, yeah, I had my own parents, and you know, I lived with them. I wasn't poor, but my parents were fighting, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of my government gave my late dad a big home, so a lot of my mom's relative family, they come and live with us, big home. So they don't know what's happening to me. They just see me like I follow my auntie everywhere, but
Mm-hmm.
my auntie was treating me like a little servant. She asked me to do all her chore, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when your parents are fighting, they don't care about you. They live together, but they live together with me, but doesn't mean anything. They don't see my issue. And I was under 10. I don't know how to even tell them, you know. Always in my mind, I want to be free, but I don't know how to get out of this situation. That's why I think developed country, they say be careful how you treat children, you know. they I was put into a situation I don't know how to get out of, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
but after a few years, you know, my late dad come to Australia, so we didn't have big home anymore. So we move apart, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but then that stayed with me most of my
Mm-hmm.
life, you know. So that's why since I was like teenager, I was always there to help other. When I like even to stranger, but when they come to me, okay, I don't go out look for them. I also got to study and work. So when they come to me, so I help them with my time, my skill, my connection, my money. So part-time since I was young, I love that. And but then because I have my own issue, I can see other people when they need help, not only mentally but anyway, you know. So but when I was around 30, I become religious, and Buddha really helped me. And I practiced a few years, and I also still do like a charity. But I thought that even if you help other people with that, they never had enough. So I have a big mission out there to help you people mentally, everybody in the world, whoever resonate with me, who have issue. And so, and because I think we have different religion, I don't want to be like, you know, seen as distributing religion. Uh, so, and I also take my religion as a way of helping mental issue. One way. It doesn't have, you don't have to resonate with this method, but maybe some
Mm-hmm.
people do, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, we got to offer our help. So this is my way of offering help. Okay. So what Buddha teach me, and I could also back by science. I just explain it to you, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so Buddha said, well, so he said to make difficult subject understandable, make things simple. Okay, he
Mm.
said there's only mind and body in the whole world. Your mind or other people's mind, your body or other people's body, or non animal body, just mind and body. Okay, and science say mind and bodies are moving millions of times per second. So even if it moves once, it's already gone. Okay,
Mm.
and as human, every day we pass, we have feelings.
Mm.
All those come down to only good and bad feeling. Okay, we're a little
Mm.
crazy, but we're not that crazy. Our feeling based on something, right? So you judging me the, on the way I say things, what I say, etc. I'm judging you the same, right? So our feelings are based on something.
Mm.
And Buddha say there's only mind and body. So our feelings are based on mind and body, mind or body. Okay, but science says they're moving all the time. So our feelings are based on things that already move, or non-living things. Example: I'm judging you, you are judging me on our reflection. You don't really see me, I don't really see you. You know, um, it's a reflection, right? We different
Yes.
part of the world. So we either having feeling on non-living stuff like reflection, or the past. Um, our, like, what do you call, memory. Because when we have a feeling, there's only two feeling, happy and unhappy. So when you feel anger, what science is your the thing that makes you angry on, it's already past. But and the same, when you feel happy, things that make you happy on mind and body is already gone. If you look at each moment, but that's hard to see. We can't really see every second, right?
Yes.
but
Yeah.
but your belief drive your behavior. If you believe in this, but this is the I'm starting with the hard way. I'll let you know easier way later. But if you really believe in this, your feet we have good and bad feeling. They they have to base on mind and body, because mind and body are moving so many times per second. We playing catch up. We having
Mm.
feeling on the side effect, memory, imagination, reflection, copy, not real. So your feelings are right. You're not crazy. But knowing that whatever you're feeling are based on already gone. So, take it easy,
Mm.
And
Yeah.
but if you make it easier way, every day you pass, again you have good and bad feeling. And you have to see that they don't last. Okay, don't look at outside, just look at yourself. You don't have to meditate or anything. Every day you pass, whatever you do, you only have good two feeling, good or bad. Okay, example: good thing also don't last, bad thing also don't last. If you look, you can see. Okay, example: good thing. Okay, good food, good sex, good drug, do they ever last? Right? We just
Mm.
having feeling on memory, attachment. But whatever
Mm.
we did already gone. Good food, good sex, good drug, gone in 5 minutes. Right?
Mm.
And also bad things: someone leave you, someone die. We can't go back and do it, change that. It's already happened. My
Yeah.
auntie treat me bad, it already gone. I can't go back to my 5 year old self, and I can't change anything. So even if someone leave you today, like someone did bad thing to you, and like someone make you angry, someone let you down, someone die, you can't go back and change it. It already happened. So knowing that it doesn't last, um move on. So people say, if the one door closed, another door open. you know
Mm.
if somebody leave you, you find another one. Somebody die, well, if you did a good thing, like my parents passed, I treat them well, I look after them, I don't feel guilty. You feel guilty because you don't treat them good while they're alive. Like even a relationship, you feel
Mm.
guilty when they left you because you don't treat them good while they're here. So
Mm.
what I'm trying to say is, good thing, bad thing also pass. You just have to move on. If you look at it yourself, every day, all the things that happen to you, you can see. There's only two things happen to you: good thing, bad thing. You can see with your eye that they don't last. You know, so knowing that nothing lasts, just take it easy, go on with your life. If some And this is also good if you are working, you're doing business or working for other people, you know, say you achieve something, okay, you enjoy it, but then what is next? We can't stay there, right? What's
Yeah.
next? That's how you go up your limit. If you don't think that there's any limit, you could fly to the sky. you know so if you think that I achieved something, you feel comfortable, that is your limit. There's no way you can go up because that's your limit. But if you
Mm.
don't think that, okay, I achieved something, what's next? Then
Hmm.
there's no limit. So for young people, business people who are want to be successful, that's what you think. Good thing, okay, done. I celebrate, done. What's next? Bad
Yeah.
thing, I learned something, done. What's next?
Yeah.
For emotional stuff, something bad happened to you, I can't change back anything. It's already past. What I'm suffering is from memory. Let go. What's next? Okay. But if you can't let go straight away, talk to people you love or get professional help and let go until you forget. You stuck there. Even when you're happy, you think your life is perfect. Like I told you before, we'll get old, we'll get unwell, we could die any moment. While I'm talking to you, I could die, you could die. So
Mm.
everybody think our life is the precious thing, okay, that even don't last. So don't attach to like, I got everything. Like,
Yeah.
we don't have nothing. It's, yeah, time passing, and you will go any moment. So if your life perfect or if your life nothing, then move on, just move on. You have to move on with it.
Yeah. I just listening. It was one thing that's helped me is remembering patterns. Like what you're describing is like, for
Yeah.
instance, if I do something that I know it's going to help me, it's remembering is really precious. So I remember it's going to help me, whether I don't know, I had to stay later at work or just had to get some things done, whatever it may be. I may be frustrated or angry or just frustrated because everything kind of piled up. But part of me remembers that through the pattern that I will feel better because I got it done. Or I would feel better because um, I value my work. If I sit there complaining about what everyone else is doing, I'm not really focusing on what I'm doing. So I do feel especially, I just want to make a side note, people with mental health issues are, this is not saying if you're really struggling to just move on. You're gonna get help, like Saul say. If you feel stuck, it's just go get professional help so you can move on. Like you said, things don't stay either good or bad. That's why I always like to get to the derivative, like in trig, to the very core of what I'm feeling. And this, I just feel what helped me is learning and understanding patterns from my memory. On top of that, if you say something to me and like it doesn't sit well, what I do personally is I say, what was she? Who was the context? In Korea we call it nunchi, like reading the room. But I think about it 3 times before responding. That's what I do all the time. I try to do, because a lot of times
Mm.
I have biases. Let's just not lie. I look at anyone or say anything. I was brought up a certain way. I may hear vocabulary doesn't always hit well. Cultural, how you speak and the words you say, or anyone says, it has to be filtered. We have filters. We will be like, oh, I don't like how he or she said that to me. But think about it. Are they really saying that? Are they really trying to make you feel down? Most times I found that they're not. Not most times I
Yeah.
have filters that seem to be like protective, but it's more reactive. because unless like I don't like what you said, if I say something immediately right after, I'm usually putting my foot in my mouth. To tell you the truth, so in that has helped me in remembering patterns. But I do appreciate that whole it. I hope people who are listening understand that. I am Saw on me. I If you are really struggling, you're on the fence. You even thoughts of ending your life. Get help. I'm not at the same time, but at the same time, I don't get help. But the idea is that a lot of things we experience, and I do agree in this, are passing. A lot of people are grieving. A lot of times during COVID, there was a lot of, there even added grief disorder after, because people were staying there. Think about someone who lost for a prolonged, I haven't period of time, and that was added, I think, a couple years ago after COVID. There's a lot of people who were grieving for a long period of time that was really struggling with their mental health. So it's not being insensitive. We live in a world, ultimately, what the second law of thermodynamics is, that we all break down. We all end up getting older. We all end up dying. But I think one of the most precious things is, I guess one of the things that helped me is to learn myself, learn my ticks. What do I not like? What I do like, and also
Be
um,
yourself,
be
you don't have
yourself. Be
to.
honest with yourself. So
Yeah, like you said, don't say everything you want to say. You think about it a few times. That's also just behaving. Just try to,
yeah,
behave this man. That's why we have two ears and one mouth.
yeah,
But nothing to do with that. But then, that's your reaction, right? But the way you do things, I mean, yeah, just
Mm,
so I think when you try to be someone else, that's where all the issue comes from. Of course, you do the right thing. Otherwise, if you're a bad person, don't try to be a bad person. Be yourself. Then the whole world crash, right? But then,
yeah.
do the right thing. But be yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, and as we wrap up, I just want to like mention some questions to think, and maybe you could give some final thoughts. But it's what we've been saying. Like, question I ask sometimes, especially working with people, is, when did having an illness become a mirror of defining our worth? We all struggle. Illness does not quantify someone's worth, or however, whatever they're going through. Um, Also, why are we willing to fight for the image the world wants to see of us, and not how we want to see us? It's like we're not being ourselves. We're being what we think everyone wants us to be. And when did our healing matter less than others' opinions of ourselves? It's kind of the same mantra, but a lot of times with mental health that are harder, like the gray area, it can be, there's pressure to be like, well, I need to be better yesterday. Well, let's look at the pattern. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked. Maybe you have to get a second opinion. Maybe find if there's a provider, mental health provider, doesn't want to change your medication, maybe you have to go to another provider. Maybe you could go to another therapist if you feel like you're going stagnant. You kind of, in a way, my hopes a lot of times is self advocacy. The person feels like, okay, this is not working. I tried a couple of times. Let me, ask for a change. If not, let me find another way to get better
Yeah.
care.
You
If that
also
makes sense.
have to try, of course, to, yeah, like, listen to, um,
Yeah.
what the professionals say. Not every
Mhm.
method will resonate with you. Whatever resonate with you, but then you got to also, you know, yeah. I mean, try. You got to want to fix yourself as well. You got to listen, and then it'll be okay.
And like you said before, it's also, check your expectations. Like, if you just got something, you're really struggling for 5 years, expecting to be cured in a couple months is probably kind of unrealistic in that regards. But
Yes.
at the same time, I'm not telling people to complain to their mental health providers or professionals. What I'm trying to say is, be honest, not to sit there. I want to be so badly okay because nothing worked. You're still worth the time to find what may work, if that makes sense.
Yes,
So
yes. Maybe some of the professional are expensive, but there's a
mm,
lot of government helpline.
yeah,
You just
yeah.
have to reach out if they don't reach out to you. You know?
and
Yeah.
and
And I'm also
surprising.
doing this
Sorry.
as a charity. If
Mm,
anyone want to talk to me, you can reach out to me through Facebook. You know,
okay.
any little bit help. Yeah,
And
I have a
I'll
registered Australian charity. Um,
okay.
yeah, I'm doing
I'll
this as
I'll
part of that.
I put the notes and those who are listening, so I'll get your Facebook, whatever you're comfortable with, so people can, when they watch it, they can look down at the notes, and if they want to reach out, they can. If they're really need
Yes,
someone to
yes,
talk to.
I'm happy to. This is my way of promoting my help too. Like because I needed help, I don't know how to get help, but I was under 10. But if you adult doesn't mean you know because I know people in that situation they're very confused. So I just want to offer my help. It's a free help. I run this as a charity in Australia, but I would love to help anyone around the world. You know, we all online. We it's only phone call away. You know,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Let's just wrap up with some final thoughts. Any final thoughts? I know we talked a lot about different topics, but any final thoughts you want to leave with us before we wrap up?
Um, yeah. Um, we all human. You know, we all a little bit crazy. But it's okay. We all have like bad and good moments every day. You know, but it's okay. You know, be a good person, but don't think that no one there to help me.
Mm.
That's the main issue. People with mental health, like there's always a way, but you got to face that you have an issue first and talk to your loved one first. There's no loved one, get professional help. There's free help like me, government help available. You know, yeah, you just have to reach out. Yeah.
I would say my final thought would just be, if you're really struggling, get the help. And know that, that mental health is messy, but there is help out there. Reach out to the hotlines, just like what Saul was saying, but also reach out to an outpatient. There's some places that have free clinics. You could talk to someone, get the ball rolling, get some help. Don't make a permanent decision for a temporary discomfort. And I'm not minimizing that. What I'm really saying is, you're not less because you're struggling. You're not. You're not. The help that you need is something that I what's inspired this scared new world. I really feel that be kinder to yourself. It'll take the time it takes, but you're worth it. All right. Thank you so much, Saul, for coming on. And I just want to share real quick, like everything that if you want to reach out to Saul, it'll be in the notes. So feel free to reach out. I do encourage that we all try to find our way to get through it. Obviously, I think being honest and knowing that people mental health is messy. Healthcare can be confusing, but I would encourage you to continue to try to reach out, talk to people, get the help. Don't care what they say. They'll be the mayor of nothing. Be
Yes,
be
yes.
kinder to yourself.
Yeah,
And
you good enough. Yeah.
exactly,
And we have
exactly.
human rights. You don't have to worry about anyone.
And remember to stay updated with Revive Ministry through various platforms. Um, and again, there's this last quote from Wayne Dyer. He says, "People who want the most approval get the least, and the people who need the approval the least get the most." So let's try to change that. Let's get people who really need it to get it. And again, thank you so much, Saul, for coming on. And until next time,
Thanks, Robin and everyone. Thank you.
no
Thank you. Have
problem.
a great day.